I'm sharing a super cute shaped card using the new food truck die from scrapbook.com. Hey everyone, it's Joy here and welcome to my channel. I just want to give a huge thanks to scrapbook.com for sending me this and other products that I get to share with you guys. Look at how cute this food truck die is. I love it. It's so darling. I have so many ideas for this truck. I'm going to start by ink blending with Salvaged Patina Distress Oxide ink. I am using scrapbook.com's mixed media white paper. It's really thick and I love that for die cuts. Then I'm going to come in and add a darker edge using Peacock Feathers Distress Oxide ink. And then I have die cut the bottom piece. This is going to go on the bottom of the truck, and I've die cut it from white cardstock, and I am going to pop out all of these little stripe pieces because I want this to be pink and white. So now that I have all of those popped out, I'm going to be using Kitsch Flamingo Distress Oxide ink, and I'm going to ink blend, getting down my base, my light color, because I'm going to come back in and add a little bit of a darker color. And for the cute awning that's going to go over the big window that you would hand out all the goodies if you were inside of the food truck. And then the darling door that goes on this food truck, I'm going to also ink blend that. Then I want to bring in picked raspberry to add some darker edges, a little bit of shading. I'm going very light-handed with it, but I do like that look where you have a darker and lighter area. Same thing for the awning, and then I'm going to do the same thing on that bottom stripe that's going to go at the bottom of our food truck. So just on the edges, sides, top and bottom. And I'm leaving the inside that nice light color. Then for all three of the windows, you have the windshield, the window in the door, and then the big window that you hand all the goodies through. I decided to add these super cute gold confetti heart rub-on transfers. I could just trim this down and run it through my die cut machine. I just didn't feel like it, so I am using the little popsicle stick that comes in your package to rub these on. If you're going to run it through your die cut machine, you're just going to run it through like a regular sandwich for die cutting and it comes out perfect. Just trim it down and run it through one time. For the smallest little window that's going to go in the door, I do need to add a couple more of the hearts because it just looked like there was a couple spots that looked a little bare, and so I'm adding a couple more. But how cute is that? If you have any that are hanging off the edge, just tuck it back with your finger and just kind of rub it down and it'll stay in place. And now we've got these really pretty like foiled gold hearts that are going to be in the windows, and I think it is so, so cute. Let's start putting our truck together. I'm going to start with the windshield here, and there's little etched embossed lines from the die cut itself. So you know where everything lines up. Makes it super, super simple and easy. And I mentioned at the beginning that this is a shaped card, so I'm going to show you here in just a little bit how I created that shape for the truck. It stands up nicely, super, super easy, and I just think it is so darling that it's a shaped card. We're also going to be bringing in a big sentiment die that I'm going to use as part of the sign, and I'll explain what I mean by that. I'm going to now glue this bottom strip piece on that we ink blended pink. And then I can just inlay all of those white pieces. So now we will have a pink and white striped bottom to this truck. And I love the pink and teal. I think it's so pretty. So here's all those little pieces. I'm just going to add my Artiste glue. I'm using my Pick Pro tool, picking those up and then just putting them in place. I'm not going to show all of it because it does take a second, but completely worth it. I'm so glad I did it because I really do like this look. It just adds a little something extra, a little bit of an extra detail to this really cute image. So I'm just going to do a few more of these and then we will move on to the next part. I wanted to make sure I glued this down before I put the door down because the door does go over the top. So because there's an extra layer of thicker cardstock, I'm going to add some 1mm foam adhesive to the top of the door so it kind of evens out a little bit. It's a little bit taller than the door, that's the part of the door that's covering the bottom pink and white piece. But if I would have glued it directly to the back, it kind of would have been bumpy, and I did not want to do that. Then I'm going to bring in this darling awning that of course I wanted pink and white as well. So the three little pieces that you die cut and lay on top of the awning, I kept white. Obviously you could do this in any color. I think making this food truck into like a coffee truck, a donut shop truck, of course, you could do cupcakes. I mean, any kind of treats that you could think of. I think this would be really a lot of fun. So I think I want to try to do a coffee truck. I think that is going to be a lot of fun. Then we have our wheel wells here that I am ink blending with Peacock feathers. I'm going to go a little bit darker on that. And then the centers of the tires, I'm going to do the picked raspberry. That's a little bit darker. And the tires themselves, I have die cut from the black mixed media cardstock. Again, super thick, just like the white, but obviously in black. Then there's the piece that goes on the top here, and I realized when I put this on the top, I can't see that shading, so I just came back in with that blender brush. Or blender tool, excuse me. I did not add any more ink to it, but I just brought that shading down, and so here in just a little bit you'll be able to see how that looks. I added a piece of 1mm foam adhesive to the top of my little awning. I'm going to bend it there on that score line just a little bit. And then I'm going to adhere that down. And I realized I needed a second piece, so I brought in a 2mm piece of foam adhesive strip, and I'm going to add that under the bottom part of that awning. And that's going to give us some nice dimension. I love that. I love that little 3D look. Isn't that so cute? Aren't those foiled rub-on transfer hearts darling? I love it. Let's add our little piece to the top here. I'm going to keep this white. I like the white on this. It breaks up that pink and turquoise, which is really, really nice. Then let's put together our tires and we can get those adhered. Now I am going to die cut another set of tires, not the wheel wells, and I'm not going to add the pink to the center, but it's just going to be for the back part of this shaped card. Because the tires are down lower, you need another set of tires on the back of the card so it can stand up. So I will do that off camera, and we'll put that together here in just a little bit. I had an extra like 5x7 card base on my desk, and so I used that. You could use an A2 sized, but I wanted to make sure if it slid over that I got the whole truck die cut. I didn't want to, because it really fits an A2 size, like it's that size. So I started with a bigger base, and I will show you here in just a second. But how cute is this truck? I love it. So here's that base I was talking about. I'm going to line up the top of the truck die to the top folded edge of the card base. Now the trick is the cutting part of the die needs to be above your folded part of your card base. You don't want to cut your folded edge, because we want to keep that folded edge. So I'm lining that up just below the die cut piece. I'm going to run that through the die cut machine and then pull that out, and now we have our card base. So I'm going to adhere the card front to the card base. I'm lining it up at the bottom because it will be a little bit shorter because you moved your card base down on that on that die. But look at how cute that is. Now, the inside of it does have the etched images. I didn't want that, so I'm going to show you how I solved that, but I'm going to glue those tires on the back again so it can stand up and not be wonky. You could absolutely decorate the back of this if you wanted it to be on both sides, but I didn't see that it was necessary. Now I've die cut that truck piece again, and I'm going to trace this on a good thick piece of cardstock, and I'm going to trim it down with my scissors just on the inside of that pencil line. This is going to go inside of our card base so we can write to our recipient without having all of the etched die pieces in there. Does that make sense? So this is nice and smooth. I do have to trim it down on the top just a little bit so it'll fit nicely in there, and then I'm going to adhere that inside, and now we have the solid inside piece that we can write our sentiments in. So I'm going to adhere that. Now we need to add a sentiment. I thought it would be so cute. This is the Hello Sunshine dies. This one says, "You're so sweet," which is perfect for this truck. I die cut the shadow piece from the mixed media white and these sentiments from the mixed media black cardstock. And I'm just going to layer these down. I did not die cut the black sentiments more than once. I didn't feel like I needed to on this. I love the script and then the bold sentiment of sweet. I just think this is so, so cute. So this is going to be the sign on top of our truck, if that makes sense. So anytime you see these cute little ice cream trucks or things like that, they have the fun sign on top. That's what this is going to be. And I just love how it turned out. It's going to sit on top like that. Isn't that so cute? So it's perfect that that top strip was white as well. I have my little door handle that I've die cut from black. Then from the food truck dies, there is this little 25-cent sentiment. I'm going to call it sentiment. There is other sentiments in that food truck die as well that I did not use. We've got these cute little hearts, 2 sizes of hearts. I just think they're so darling. So I thought I would add the 25 cents right to the window. And then I'm going to glue down these little scattering of black hearts. I think they're so, so cute. Just kind of deciding where these other ones are going to go. I thought, oh, I need to put one in the center of that door, but I'm going to get the bigger one, and then I can adhere all of these down. I am also going to die cut these hearts from pink cardstock, but I ink blended with picked raspberry, and I'll show you that here in just a second. I wanted my pink hearts to match all of my ink blending. So let's adhere this down. A little bit of liquid glue. I'm going to adhere that right to the top of the food truck. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So here's that ink blending, and I'm going to die cut those hearts. I'm going to run that through my die cut machine. And now those are placed on the word sweet. I'm going to adhere those down. We've got a few more details we're going to add to this because especially one of them, it's so pretty, you guys. I do want to bring in some white gel pen highlights, so I'm going to do that really quick to the tires, a little bit on the door, and on the awning. Then I decided to bring in the black shimmer pen from scrapbook.com. I think it's a shimmer pen. Black glitter pen, black shimmer pen, but I think it's shimmer. And I'm going to add that to the black hearts, the sentiment at the top, and I do the 25 cents. I wasn't going to, but I did do it off camera. You guys, it's so pretty. I can't even begin to tell you how stunning it is when you look at it in the light. I'm going to show you here in just a minute what it looks like on camera, but it is so, so pretty. And the camera does not do it justice. So here is this finish shaped card, but look at that sentiment on top and look at that shimmer and shine. It's so pretty. I love this so much. I cannot wait to make another project with this. Thank you guys so very much for stopping by and watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you feel inspired, and thanks again to scrapbook.com.